So let's talk about parent alienation. This is a topic that I want to talk about because a lot of parents have kids with a narcissist and you are being alienated from your children. You have orders set in place and you're being denied your visits. You're being denied the phone calls. I was talking to a guy who is actually going through this. He's been going through it for a while, and I was helping him through his inner healing and deliverance. And one of the things he's mentioned to me was that he haven't seen or spoken to his children in 3 years. He said every time he will make a phone call, the phone calls will be interrupted with yelling in the background, telling the kids to do something. The phone calls will be interrupted with basically no phone being answered. The phone calls will be interrupted by telling him he can't speak to them. It was just a lot of manipulation, a lot of control, a lot of intimidation, a lot of the enemy trying to put fear and anxiety in the situation. And it became very stressful. He said that he was doing more work trying to be in his kid's life, and it was literally draining every ounce of him. And so even when it came to him being able to see his children, it was the same thing. She would say that he can't get them. She would try to manipulate and control the children into from going by putting fear and anxiety in them. And she will also sometimes tell them, hey, we can go and do this, if you don't go with your father. And that's exactly what took place. They would want to stay with the mother just so they can do that activity. So you have to understand that during this parent alienation that you're facing, the children are being manipulated, they're being controlled, they're being bribed. And in some cases, the child is afraid of that narcissistic parent, that they don't want to cross the boundaries with them because they know that there's repercussions. And so some of you are facing this and you have been having a difficult time with the whole thing. You have been stressed out. You have all type of emotions, mental emotions, physical emotions, constant thoughts. You having your heart racing. You're really going through a lot dealing with this situation. And I've had some parents, some moms just say, like, I'm to the point where I just want to walk away because I mentally can't take anymore. I emotionally can't take anymore. Like, it's draining. And then they also see the fact that their children is hurting too. The child, they're hurting just as much as you are. And they see that this tug of war that's going back, you're saying that you're coming with me, the other parents say you better not go. And so they feel this constant tug of war, and it gets to the point where the child's just like, I don't want to be with neither one of y'all. Like, this is just too much for me. And I've seen cases where the child runs away and they go stay with an aunt. They go stay with their grandparents. They go stay with someone else because ultimately it's too much. And unfortunately, they run away when they get older, when they can make that decision. And so I'm here to tell you that you're not the only one going through this. And if you are someone going through this, put it in the comments that you're being alienated from your children, just so that other people can see that they're not the only ones that's going through this. And some of you are in the space right now in the mindset of walking away. I'm here to tell you that you have to do what you have to do for the whole situation, for you and your children. Sometimes denying your wants, your desires of being in your child's life, your desires of seeing your child every day or every other day or on that parenting schedule. You may have to be the mature adult to step down and let that narcissist parent that child, just so that that child can at least, have some type of stability and not have to be tugged on each and every time it's time for an exchange. I'm here to tell you that when you continue in that tug of war with the children and this other parent, you're causing great damage, not to the child, but to yourself, okay? And so you have to ask yourself, what's more important in this moment? Because I've had people that said they needed to go to a hospital, that they needed to have stress medications, that they needed to have a mental evaluation because they felt so drained and tired. They don't know what's going on. They don't know their thoughts from. They just don't know. They are literally going through a lot. And so before you get to that breaking point, sometimes it's best for you to take a pause, gather yourself, get yourself healed, and then revisit the situation. You may have to miss a couple of visits. You may have to miss a few visits. And just like this man, he knew that he was at his breaking point and that it was better for him to walk away so that the kids can still have a father at some point than for him to continue in that and then die because of this person, of what this person doing. Because when you continue to take on this emotional baggage, this emotional draining, this stress, it can cause a heart attack. It can cause migraines. It can cause digestive system issues. It can cause problems with your body regulating. It can cause a lot of different things. And so I'm telling you that you have to take care of you emotionally, physically, before you can even be a mom or a dad. Okay? Because if you can't be healthy for them, for the situation when they come out of it, then everybody's failing. And that's another thing you have to ask yourself. By me keeping this thing going with this other parent, trying to get my kids, keep trying to explain the situation, is it really helping your child? Is it really helping the situation? Or is it because you're also trying to be manipulative and saying that because it's my time, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to make my phone call. You can't tell me what to do. At some point, you have to let go of the entire situation and let God handle it. One of the things I tell my clients is that, the Lord sees all, He knows all, and at the right appointed time, vindication will take place. But maybe God is trying to develop something in you today before He removes this thing out of your life completely and entirely. So take the lessons as it come and allow yourself to heal, and know that this thing right here that you're dealing with, your kids ain't gonna always be babies. They will one day grow up and become 18, and you will be able to have the relationship that you desire, and you can redevelop and revisit some of the things that you wanted to do with them. So with that being said, I hope this helps somebody today.